And the idea is, you don't look like me, the lyric, you don't look like me, you don't sound like me, you don't think like me, but why should that matter? I don't get your deal, I don't see or feel, I don't understand, but why should that matter? As you love me, love them too. Let them see my face in you. And then the chorus is like, if I believe what I say I believe, love is the answer. Look past the lies and the hate and you'll see love is the only way. Whatever the question, foreigner, friend, love is the answer. If there's to be any peace in the end, love is the only way. So, sorry that was a long answer, but so I wrote and produced and arranged and recorded this song all in my studio at home, and it's on the new Voices for Tolerance CD. And if you guys get a chance, it serves a great cause, and would love for you to have it. Okay, let's get started then, shall we? I thought about that before. Kugashi doesn't strike me as the dating sort. Come here. Wow, this will be interesting. What's your name? Isla. Isla. I don't know if my mother would approve. But can I take you out for ice cream? As soon as I whoop Goku's butt. Which of course never happens. Yes, in the super duper risible Ranger shirt. Hey listen, you know what you guys? We have a goal. We want to reach 10,000. So if you are not a member, it doesn't cost you anything. But that wasn't what I really wanted to go for. I'm sure all of the temples are beautiful. That's not what I wanted to go for. I wanted to go for two reasons. One, I wanted to sit in on an anime recording session in Japanese. They don't do it the way we do it, in case you don't know that, I know that. They do it as a group because they do it to storyboards. The animation's not done yet. And forgive me, but it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier when you can concentrate solely on your performance and not on the mechanics of matching the mouth movements and still give a good performance. It's tricky. So they do it as a group, together, watching storyboards, and we do it one at a time. If you didn't know that, now go back and think of all the wonderful conversations and dramatic moments you've seen in the show and realize that they're not talking to each other. Those scenes with Ed now, Aaron may have recorded 3 weeks ago. So if they sound like they're actually talking to each other, that's part of the magic it's created. So, the one thing I wanted to do was sit in an anime recording session, and the second thing I wanted to do was I wanted to see Romy Park. I wanted to have dinner or have coffee, whatever. I almost met her. We were both supposed to be guests at Anime Expo 2 years ago, and at the last minute she wasn't able to make it. And I bought her this gift and everything.
If you have his YouTube.
I wasn't able to give it to her. And Seiji, at that point, because she was not even said, I will take it back to her if you want. And I'm like, thank you, that'd be very kind, but I want to give it to her myself. I have no idea when that will happen, but someday I want to. I got my chance to go to Tokyo, but still, I mean, will I get to spend any time with her? I don't know. Square Enix set up for me to sit down on a recording session of a show called Bamboo Blade. And I sat in and watched them record, and it was amazing, you guys. I'm sitting there, and the Square Enix representative is sitting with me. This will probably have to be our last question, because we're going to have to end up. I'm sorry, but this is a good place to end. I'm sitting there, and we're in the studio, and there are all these men in there. I mean, they're all smoking. It's really smoke-filled. But it's packed. It's a little teeny room, and they're all packed in there. And then on the other side of me is the Square Enix representative who brought me. She translated for me. And we're sitting there, and she's showing me the script, which makes no sense. And I'm just watching them perform. And she leans over and she says, you see girl in green sweater? Voice actor, she's talking about. We're looking through a glass window, and there are like 10, 12 voice actors lined up. She said, green sweater? Like, yeah. She goes, really? Really? From Full Metal. She was a girl to play with. And then she goes, you see other girls, short girl in black? Yeah, she goes, Rosa. Full metal. It's like, this is too cool. I'm in Japan. And these are the people who created the original. So they take a break. Oh, and then and she at the same time we're sitting there, and she says, director beside you? The director's sitting right beside me. She goes, he assisted Full Metal. Goodness gracious, everybody works on Full Metal. So we take a break, and she goes, would you like to meet the cast? Do you want to meet? I'm like, yes! So we go in there, and she opens the door, and they're all just kind of hanging out, taking a break. 15 or 20 of them. And she starts talking, rattling off in Japanese. And I hear just occasional word, you know, American, say, and they're all just looking at me. And then she goes, Eduardo area, Fumen Alchemist. And I'm like, oh! And they all come running up, like, oh! And then one little girl was like, and I'm like, get up with my way. And I was hugging, getting her a hug, and then the girl, Rose came up, and we took a picture with the cast, and I think it's on my MySpace. I think it's on my MySpace, the cast shot. And that was the first thing I wanted to do in Japan, and I did it. The second thing, meet Romy. Square Enix called me and they said, we have set up dinner for you and Paku-san. And I got to dinner, you guys, and it was this amazing, like, little kind of authentic, of course it's authentic, I mean, Tokyo. But I mean like real cool, real cool little dive in Roppongi, which is apparently kind of like a nightclub district in Tokyo. So I get in there, I was so excited, you guys, I've never met any Japanese counterpart, much less the one that's the biggest role I've ever played, right? She comes in and she has her assistant, and along with her, 2 representatives from Aniplex, 2 representatives from Square Enix, and Seiji Mizushima-san is with them. And I'm like, Mizushima-san! And because we've done a few cons together now, remember? The whole ring and the bracelet and everything. So we hit it off, and I gave her her gift, and Romy and I, like, separated twins. I couldn't speak a lick of Japanese, and she couldn't speak a word of English, but we sat there, locked eyes across the table, and the translator spoke for us, and we just talked right at each other. And she would sit there going,
it's dressed from the pants down, or they don't show.
Like she was just so excited, and it was amazing. There's even a video I put on YouTube of me, it was just a little highlight, but of giving her the gift that I had bought for her 2 years ago.
Hi.
That I was able to get her. And she was so cute, she put it on and she loved it. And the next day, her representative called me and said, Paku-san felt bad that she did not have a gift for you. And she bought you something today. And she wants you to have it. And he brought over to my hotel this authentic, traditional Japanese tea set. So it was an amazing trip, amazing trip. And you guys, our time is up. I love you. And I'm going to go right out there.